and it really hurts to talk right now. I'm barely able to move my mouth. So, hey my loves, welcome back. If you're new, I'm Cam, and if you're a fellow beauty lover, then make sure that you stick around and join the Cam fam by hitting that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to hit the bell so that you never miss a video. This is not the video that I had planned today. All of this was very, very sudden, but yesterday I actually got the opportunity to model for a training at a lip injection clinic that I've already been eyeing going to. So that's totally law of attraction. I cannot believe that it all worked out. But I was planning on getting lip injections for a really long time, and I always kept putting it off and trying to find like the right place to go to. And I'm really excited because I'm not just getting any lip injections, I'm getting Russian lips specifically. So they're a little different. They don't like build the lips forward so much as they do up and down. And they really emphasize your cupid's bow. They do like a little keyhole. It just looks to me so feminine, so amazing. Originally, when I was planning on getting it done a while ago, I wanted to start with 1/2 ml. That's like the smallest amount that you could get, just because I wanted to ease into it, still have it look very natural. Wasn't sure if it's gonna be something that I'm gonna like, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going with like a full ml today. So I'm gonna show you guys how it looks. We'll see how it goes. I don't mind either way, just because probably like that's the standard amount that people start with. So I'm sure I would have ended up getting that amount done anyway. And of course, I wanted to take you along for the ride. So my appointment's in a couple hours. This is obviously the before. I mean, I already overline my lips a lot. I use a lot of like plumping lip glosses to try to get my lips to look bigger, but on their own without makeup, I'm not wearing any makeup by the way, that's like part of the prep except for lashes. On their own, my lips aren't that big, but that's not the only reason why I've been wanting the lip filler anyway. Obviously, one thing is the volume, but I also feel like I have some unevenness with my lips that I'm hoping it's gonna correct. A lot of times when I smile, they're kind of doing it right now. They're like not exactly even. So I'm hoping that the lip filler will help correct that issue. And I feel like over the years, it's also gotten harder and harder for me to line my lips with a lip liner. I feel like my lip border is just really like uneven, undefined. So I'm hoping that I get a much more defined lip border as well. And yeah, I mean, my lips just need a little bit of help, so we'll see what it ends up looking like. All I know right now is that I was asked to come in with no makeup on, so I'm just wearing lashes, and from what I've read, it's really, really important to stay hydrated, so I've been drinking water like all day long today, trying to hydrate, because I just found out about this literally yesterday in the afternoon. Obviously, being that it's my first time ever getting lip filler, I'm a little bit nervous. I actually got Botox in my forehead a year ago, and the same plastic surgeon that did my nose and breast augmentation did it. So I'm not a stranger to having stuff done. I'm gonna detail like the procedures I've had done up here. And surprisingly, when I had the Botox last year, I mean, first of all, it didn't really do anything because I don't really have that many forehead lines. I'm only 31 and I take very good care of my skin. So when I asked him to do it, he kind of like looked at me and went, "Where am I gonna inject you? You don't have any lines." But I was actually just able to try it like from the makers of Botox, so I figured why not. And very, very surprisingly, when I had the Botox injected here, it didn't really hurt at all. I was expecting a lot of pain. I was really scared. And like, I barely felt the prick up here. But I've seen some videos of people getting lip filler and they like move the needles around and everything. I'm gonna spare you guys. I don't want to get graphic, but I'm absolutely a baby when it comes to pain. I know that they're supposed to use numbing cream, so hopefully that helps. I do know again with the Botox, like it really didn't hurt, so I'm hoping the lip filler experience is very much the same. But that's why I want to make this video for you in case you are thinking about getting lip injections, and specifically the Russian volume ones, which I just think look so, so pretty. That's what I'm the most excited about, is I know that the end result is gonna look really good. I'm just nervous about the process, I guess you could say. And I'm gonna detail everything for you as much as I can. I mean, like I said, I'm such a baby when it comes to pain. I was really surprised that the Botox didn't hurt, but like when I get my blood drawn, for example, like I scream. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I'm getting ready to leave in about an hour, and then as soon as I get home, I'm gonna hop right back to filming and show you guys what it looks like after. So from what I've seen as well, the result immediately after is a lot more swollen than what your final result is going to be. I think the swelling is supposed to decrease something like 30 or 40%. So it's going to probably be very shocking at first. And then I'll keep you guys updated as the week goes along to show you the healing process as well as the end result. So wish me luck, and I'll be back in a few hours to check in with you. All right, guys, I just got home maybe an hour ago, and it really hurts to talk right now. I'm barely able to move my mouth. So I really just wanted to show you what it looks like immediately after. Yes, it's painful. Yes, the swelling and everything are really painful. So I'm going to check in with you once I'm a little more healed, just because you might not even be able to understand me right now. So hopefully this goes down. This is initial swelling. It's going to go down, and hopefully I'm not too badly bruised. I obviously have some bruising, and it happened right away. So they were like, you're going to be bruised. Just know that. So I'm going to go over all the care and everything afterwards. Yeah, this is what it looks like immediately after, and it's pretty painful. Okay, guys, it's day 3 now. I had my lips done on Sunday, and today it's Wednesday. And as you can see, I'm still looking like Edward Scissorhands over here. So for anyone that says this is a no downtime procedure, maybe they heal really fast or something, but I still have a lot of bruising. The swelling's gone down a lot since the first day. Actually, when I woke up the next morning after the procedure, the swelling had already gone down a lot. I'm going to show you a photo of what I looked like the very next day. But it's been pretty constant for the past 2 days, I would say. I've just been kind of looking like this. And so obviously, I wouldn't call this a no downtime procedure. For example, when I had Botox last year once, or I've been getting laser hair removal recently, those are actually no downtime procedures. When I had the Botox done a year ago, I had just 2 little things in my forehead, and they were baby scabs for maybe the first day. I went to the grocery store right after. Nobody was looking at me funny, and I actually forgot all about getting the Botox done until maybe a week later. I was looking at my forehead going, I wonder what the results are of this, but I didn't really notice much of a difference from Botox because I don't really have any lines, but there was no swelling from it, no bruising or anything like that. It was definitely what I would call a no downtime procedure. And same thing with laser hair removal. Sometimes I'll have a little bit of redness in certain areas the day after, but I can still cover that up with jeans or something and be fine. With the lips, I just am so thankful that I don't have a job where I need to go out in public. I own my own business, so I'm doing a lot of work from home because I still feel I can't really leave the house. I went to walk my dog today, and I had to put on a purple lip gloss on my lips to just not look crazy outside. Also, thankfully, it's now become socially acceptable to wear masks in stores, so that saved me when I had to go pick up some essentials that I'm going to show you guys that helped me deal with the healing process. Right now, I want to share a couple things that I've learned thus far from this experience. First things first, because it was so sudden for me, just finding out the day before that I'm going to get an appointment for the next day, I wasn't able to do some of the prep work, which is that for a week to 2 weeks before the procedure, you want to avoid all blood thinners. So anything that's an Advil, ibuprofen, fish oil, apparently, ginkgo, which I take a lot of these things on a daily basis, particularly fish oil and ginkgo. All these things make bruising and swelling worse because they're blood thinners, so you're going to want to discontinue them at least a week before your procedure. I was still taking fish oil up until almost the last day, so there you go. But just something to keep in mind for you guys. Now, the day of the procedure, I highly recommend going to your appointment very, very well fed. You want to be pretty full. Also, make sure that you hydrate a lot, drink a lot of water that day, because after when I got home, I really couldn't eat, and even just drinking water from a cup hurt, especially my upper lip. A lot of the trauma and everything is happening with my upper lip. My bottom lips feel basically fine for the most part. I had to go to the store after my procedure to pick up some of the things that I'm going to show you. And thankfully, whenever you see before and afters, especially on someone's Instagram or something, the after is taken right after the injection before the swelling begins. So you have a good hour before your lips and this area right here starts swelling like a balloon. So within that hour, I was able to go to CVS and the grocery store. And that's the thing. I feel like a lot of what you see online is very misleading as far as the amount of downtime that lip fillers require. Again, with the before and afters, the afters are taken immediately after the injection, before there's any bruising yet, before there's any swelling, and you think that you're just gonna leave and just look like that, and then sure, they'll go down a little bit from that. But no, afterwards is when you get all the swelling, all the bruising. So I had a good hour before I just swelled like a balloon to go to the grocery store and CVS. The first thing they told me to do is pick up arnica gel. So I went to CVS, as you can see, grabbed this, and I opted for the gel over the cream just because it's a little bit more like a lip balm. So technically you're not supposed to wear any makeup for 24 hours after, bear in mind. So this is gonna be your lip balm at least for the first 4 hours. Now, I was applying this, and this actually does burn a little bit. It's got a bit of a weird taste. It's not my favorite thing. I actually, as of today, haven't been using it at all, but I do think that it helps make a difference with the swelling and bruising going down. But this by itself really wasn't cutting it. So when I got home, I wasn't able to put any lip balm on. My lips were still very like tight feeling. They really felt like they were kind of gonna explode. Mostly the upper lip. Like all the issues are with the upper lip. And it was really itchy, just felt super dried out. So I actually went and grabbed my Aven thermal water and put it in the fridge and started spraying my lips. So literally just like this. Like I'm gonna do it right now. I just started spraying my lips to hydrate them because they felt so inflamed and red and tight, and I couldn't put lip balm on for the first 4 hours yet. So that's how I made it through the first 4 hours. And I also started icing my lips immediately when I got home. So I know that they say like you're not supposed to kiss for the first 3 days, and I haven't been able to kiss my husband, but man, was I making out with an ice pack for the first like 2 days. So definitely have an ice pack ready to go when you get home because you're gonna want to start applying it like immediately. Then my aftercare instructions said that I could apply either Vaseline or Aquaphor on my lips 4 hours after the procedure. So thankfully I found this little like travel size of Vaseline at CVS because normally I don't use Vaseline for anything, but I wanted to follow the instructions that I was given, and I chose Vaseline again just because it's more like a gel texture rather than a cream. So this helped a lot with just moisturizing the lips, making sure like they weren't irritated or chapped. I still had like just a lot of dead skin coming off my lips, particularly on the first and second day. They're not doing it so much now, but this helped with moisturizing a lot. So I recommend picking up Vaseline just to keep everything moisturized after. At this point today, I've really just been using my regular lip balms and oils on the third day. But for the first 2 days, you're gonna want some Vaseline. And the last essential that I picked up at the store, I don't have to show you guys anymore because I ate all of it, and that's ice cream. Again, I thought that I was going to be able to come home and eat normally. That's definitely not the case. First of all, I also bought mac and cheese to make like beefy mac and cheese with ground beef in it. And while I could kind of eat a little bit of that, it still was very painful. I literally had like a quarter of a tablespoon at once, and it's still just, this top lip was so irritated and so painful that I could barely eat. My husband basically had to finish all of it. I literally could only have a couple bites, and then I went straight for the ice cream. And the ice cream helped a lot. That's why I'm saying make sure that you're full before your appointment, because you're really not going to be able to eat for the rest of the day except for ice cream. So go stock up on ice cream, have that afterwards. It's going to make your lips feel a lot better. Also make sure that you're pretty stocked up on soft foods. For the next 2 days, you may have to change your diet a little bit. The next morning, I basically just had yogurt for breakfast with like a little bit of granola in it. And that was again very cooling, soothing on the lips. Didn't really hurt them in any way. I took small bites of it. And then later that night, I was actually able to eat the beefy mac and cheese. Again, I had very, very small bites of it. Then yesterday morning, I had scrambled eggs with like little bits of sausage cut up and frozen vegetables, and I was able to eat that. So yesterday, things finally started getting better on the second day. And depending on the type of filler that's used and what the desired end result is, you may be told to massage your lips. And I was told to start massaging Tuesday night, which is the end of the second day. And as you can see, I'm still very bruised, so I was like really scared that I'm gonna hurt myself by trying to massage my lips. But literally by last night, my lips softened up a lot, started feeling a lot better. And so I've been able to like press on my lips right now, which is what I'm supposed to do to keep them flat for the Russian lip shape. And even though I'm bruised, it really doesn't hurt. Thankfully, I was able to start that yesterday. I'm continuing to do that today. But that's not to say that you're gonna have to massage your lips. Again, follow the exact aftercare instructions that you're given. I'm just letting you know what I was told to do. I think certain things are basically the same across the board, like the arnica gel, the Vaseline, and I really highly recommend the Avent thermal water because it's very, very soothing, and you're not even gonna wanna like touch your lips immediately after. They're gonna hurt so bad. So just being able to mist them with like cool thermal water helped so much. And yeah, that's my little like third day update. I have to admit, I really thought that I would be fully healed by now, and I'm not. And I don't have any other content filmed. And I obviously want to show you guys what it looks like fully healed. So I'm gonna wait and see how long this takes, but I'm definitely not fully healed by now. And I'll pick this up again when I am. Hopefully it doesn't take very long because I have stuff to do. I want to film other videos and I don't feel like I can right now. So we'll see what happens. All I can say for now is if you're gonna get your lips done, definitely do it at a time where you don't have to like show yourself in public or to people that you know for the next like 3 days unless you have to and unless they know that you're getting your lips done, because it's gonna be very obvious. I mean, I look like I got punched in the mouth, and for the past 2 days I've looked worse than this. But I want to wait to see the end result because right now I really can't tell you guys whether I would go through this again. It's honestly a lot more, in my opinion, like a major surgery, like getting my nose or breast augmentation done, which I got a couple years ago. And I feel like the downtime, the swelling, the pain and everything are a lot more like that as opposed to getting something like Botox done, which was a walk in the park. But yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. Next time you see me, I should be fully healed. Well, it's been 3 weeks now since I got the lip filler done, and I'm assuming this is basically the final result now. I would say that all of the bruising resolved itself at the end of the first week, and in the second week, what I dealt with was a lot of lumpiness right here, which I Googled a lot because I was kind of freaked out, wondering whether I should go back. And so I did a lot of Googling before panicking just to see what was normal, what wasn't. Apparently within the second week, it is normal to have kind of like lumps here. So I had to do a lot of massages. I even had my husband help me with the massages. And now at the end of like the third week really is when I would say I finally don't really see any lumps, which is kind of a long time. And I've been massaging every single day consistently to get the best end result. So these are my final lips. And I want to point out that I haven't worn any makeup throughout my check-ins because I don't want it to be like skewed with lip gloss or lip liner or anything like that. So these are just my bare lips with like no foundation or anything on. What I kind of want to do on camera is align them and put some lip gloss on to see like the after effect in its true form. So I'll do that in a second. But I want to sum up. You know, actually, let's do that right now because I really want to know. I'm especially curious because I've had a lot of issues before this lip filler with lining my lips and like actually being able to see the defined border. So I'm very curious whether that's changed. So I would say that was definitely a lot easier of a time than I was having before. And now I'm just gonna throw some lip gloss in the center real quick. And it's also really not until I just lined them that I can actually see how much bigger they actually are than they were previously, which without any makeup, when I'm just walking around the house recently, I haven't felt like my lips were that much bigger. So this already just looks huge. Okay, I'm gonna put some gloss on. Okay, I mean, that's really pouty looking. Obviously, I still kind of like slightly overlined my lips because I'm used to doing that, just like over the border, which I probably shouldn't be doing right now because there's no need for it. Here's the after with just lip liner and lip gloss on. Now, the thing that I've grappled with in all of this is whether or not I would ever do this again. And I really, first of all, wanted to get to the final result before I made up my mind about it. And then there's a second piece to this that I can't quite update you guys on yet, and that's how long these are gonna last. Because it's advertised as lasting from 7 months to a year. And again, I feel like my body metabolizes things pretty quickly. So I'm really curious to see as to how long the filler is gonna last in my lips. But I would say as far as the experience went, it's a lot more invasive and intense than I thought it was going to be. I mean, when I got home the first night and I saw my lips in their swollen condition, you guys saw I could barely talk to you. I just about near had a mental breakdown. You can ask my husband. I was like obsessively compulsively Googling, thinking that I had necrosis and just all these crazy things. So first of all, look up the side effects before you get the lip filler done and not after the fact, unlike me. And secondly, just know that these things are extremely, extremely rare. I mean, I was convinced that first night that I had necrosis, and obviously I don't. So my lips are still here. But I do feel like a lot of social media really falsely advertises it as this like no downtime procedure. You just go in, get your lips done, and just leave looking like a superstar, and you can just go out in public after that with no problem, where that's really not the case. I mean, for the first week, I had a lot of bruising. I would say probably like the first 4 days, I couldn't really cover it with makeup. Maybe if I wore like dark purple matte lipstick, but you wouldn't want to put anything matte on the lips in that condition because they were so like dried out and achy. It was just, I'm glad I didn't have to go anywhere in the first 4 days. And even within the second week, I remember getting my hair done, and the person doing my hair was like, "Did you just get lip filler done? I can tell." And I was like, "What?" And it was because of the lumps and because it was still a little bit like immobile, I would say. Honestly, up until the third week, I still haven't been able to like press my lips like this together. That was like the last part of the healing process that came together, was really being able to move my lips around like I normally would. I feel like I have something in my eye, by the way. Ultimately, I think it comes down to it's a lot more downtime than I was prepared for and that I thought. So bear that in mind if you're looking into getting it done. And secondly, go with somebody who's really good. Do your research. And if there's different tiers of like professional doing them, always go with the highest tier that you can, because I had like the clinic owner doing my lips, and it was also a training. So she was training somebody who like would normally come in probably at a cheaper level. And I did feel like there was a difference in their technique in how much I felt between like that higher tier and lower tier of the nurse. So I would say that like it's definitely worth it to go, you know, full on highest tier, best person that you can find. Don't cheap out on it, because you really want somebody who knows what they're doing working on your lips. Or exactly, you're gonna have lumping, it's gonna be asymmetrical, you could end up with necrosis. So this is not something that you wanna like skimp on and go get a Groupon for. It's really worth the peace of mind and lack of pain, because there's a big difference between an experienced professional doing it and not. Ultimately, right now, I like the result. I still don't even think I've really done this with like a full glam on my face, so I'm gonna see in like upcoming videos how I feel about that. But I like the result. Do I think it was worth the downtime, the pain, and everything? Not really. For what I experienced, it was more along the lines of when I had plastic surgery, like getting my nose done or getting my breast augmentation, where you have like those 2 horrible weeks and then you have that result forever though. Where this is not forever, it's temporary, and I honestly can't imagine going through like definitely at least a week of just looking awful out of the whole year. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll honestly come down to how long it lasts on me, and then after it's worn off, how much I miss it and how much it ends up contributing to my overall appearance. All right, seriously, before I lose this eye, I'm gonna wrap things up right here, guys. I really hope this video was helpful. If you're thinking about getting lip filler, take all my tips to heart. I'm serious, they really, really helped. And if you did find this video helpful, then please take a second to hit that like button down below because it really does help my small channel grow. And if you're in the mood to watch some more videos, then I'm gonna leave a couple of mine on the screen that you can watch next. And then click on my face right here to subscribe and join the Cam fam. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.